All right, so once again, we're going to be looking at questions from the final, and this is from Unit 2, or interest. Now, these are a lot of questions, but they all deal around the same central theme. So this might be a long video, but I think that you'll find it beneficial. 12,393.98 was paid to the bank after 2 years. Okay, so that was paid to the bank. So this is the full summative amount on a loan of $10,176.99. So that means this is my principal. How much interest was paid? Well, we know the formula I is the full amount minus the principal. So all we have to do is plug it in. 12,393.98 minus 10,176.99, and we'll get out our calculator. 12,393.98 minus 10,176.99 gives me an interest of 2,216.99 dirhams. Okay, very quick, very easy, very simple. Let's try one a little bit more difficult. Find the maturity value, so they're even telling us what we need to find. We need to find S, of 15,000, so that is my principal, deposited for 4 years, that's my time, into a savings account earning 8% rate, simple interest. So S equals P, and then we've got to do 1 plus rate multiplied by time in years. So this is the formula we're going to use for this equation. All we have to do is plug in the various variables. 15,000 multiplied by 1 plus my rate is 8%, and my time is 4 years. Remember, you need to multiply these two together in your calculator. Okay. So 15,000, open parentheses, 1 plus 8% times 4 gives me a full amount of 19,800 dirhams. So if we look here, that would be choice A. Okay, let's try another one. What is the future value? Okay, so once again, they're asking us for S. Of a debt of 22,500, that's my P, due in 12 months. That's my T, and remember, it uses months. Simple interest rate is 16% PA. Okay, the exact same formula, so we're just going to go ahead and plug it in. S equals 22,500, 1 plus my rate of 16% times, and because it says months, we're going to go ahead and divide it, so 12 over 12. If you already know the shortcut, you can go to there, but we're going to do it this way for now. 22,500, open parentheses, 1 plus 16% times fraction 12 over 12 gives me a maturity value of 26,100 dirhams. So if we look here, that would be choice C. Okay. Miriam borrowed 15,000, so that would be my principal, at 7% simple interest for 9 months. So that's my time, and please note it says months. At the end of 9 months, how much does she owe? So it's asking for S. It is not asking for the interest. Please be aware of this when you're solving. So we're going to go ahead and plug it in directly. S equals 15,000, 1 plus 7% times, and because it's months, we have to say 9 over 12. So we'll go ahead and plug it in exactly as we see it. 15,000, 1 plus 7% times fraction 9 over 12 gives me that she owes, we hit the SD button, $15,787.50. Okay, so if we look here, that would be choice B. Okay, another one. Obaid borrows 1,500 dirhams from the bank. Okay, so once again, we're going to be looking at our principal. On September 23rd, 2001. So this is the starting time. The bank charges him 7.2% simple interest. That's my rate. And he repays the loan on January 23rd, 2002. How much does he repay? Okay, so we need to figure out time. But one thing I notice is both of them have 23. And we're only going very closely between 1 year. So we can actually count this up on our fingers. So if we count it up, September, okay, September goes to, if you need help, you can always use your table to look at. So if you wanted to go ahead and pull up your table, remember this table that we talked about? September to January. So October is 1 month, November is 2 months, December is 3 months, so January is 4 months. So what we're looking at for our time is 4 months. Now, once you get the time out of the way, the rest of it falls together very, very nicely. We want to know how much he repays, so they're asking about the S. S equals 150,000, 1 plus, my rate is 7.2%, and we're going to multiply this by 4 over 12. All right, so let's put this in the calculator exactly as we see it. 150,000, 1 plus 7.2% times 4 over 12 gives me a final amount of 153,600 for my S. Okay, do we have that as an option? No. Be interesting to see why we don't. Because it's simple interest. Okay, if you see where I've made a mistake, come let me know. We've only got 2 more left. A total loan amount of this was repaid after 4 years, that's my time, at 5% interest. Okay, that's my rate. So this total loan amount should be our S. How much interest was paid? So they're asking about I. But in order to find I, we need to first find RP. Now we know that the principal is going to be the full amount divided by 1 plus rate multiplied by time. This is one of the equations that came out of our parent equation that we've been using. So let's go ahead and solve this. 15887.13 divided by 1 plus 5% times 4 years. We don't have to do any conversion because it's already there. And we're going to set it up exactly as we see it on our calculator. Okay, so 15887.13 over 1 plus 5% times 4 gives me an original principal of 13239.2, and the 5 makes the 7 round up to an 8. Well, we know, now that we have S and we have P, to get I, all you have to do is take your S amount and subtract your principal amount. So the S amount was 15887.13, and the principal amount was 13239.28. So we're going to subtract the 2. 15887.13 minus 13239.28 gives me that they paid an interest of 2,647.85 dirhams. So that was a lot of work to get that answer. Okay, very, very last question. A total loan amount of, so this is my S, was repaid after 3 years, that's my time, at 8% interest. That's my rate. How much was the principal? So they straight up asked you, how much is the principal? All right, well, we know that our P from the previous equation, and we know what that solves, so we're going to go ahead and just fill it in. P equals 19370.99, and we're going to divide this by 1 plus 8% times 3. So let's put this in exactly as we see it into our calculator. 19370.99 over 1 plus 8% times 3. And that gives me a principal of 15621.7, and the 6 makes the 6 round up to a 7 dirhams. Remember, when you're working with money, you always want to round to 2 decimal places.